It's a goal! Can you believe it? It's extraordinary!
There are important games and really important games. And then there's the showdown. It began in 1997.
Terrific scene. Showdown one. Historic day.
A pumped-up Port jumped the Crows.
Here's Franco, drives it, goal! Yes!
Brewer, normally a good finisher. He's got it.
Whilst a spirited tussle took place between Scotty Cummings and Rod Jamieson.
Oh, they're still fighting down there. The Battle of Adelaide has been fought and won.
From that encounter onwards, the showdown has been an institution.
Modra's going to fly at the back, up he goes! Oh, yes!
He's the most popular man in Adelaide tonight, Barriers. He's the Messiah.
South Australian match of the century is underway. I reckon he's been picked up by Pickett. This big hit is out cold. McLeod now, not a bad effort. Better than that. Adelaide's not. They've scored a massive victory.
Big hits,
Jericho down. One of the greatest wins in the Adelaide Crows history. In Showdown 24, it was a classic.
Siren sounds. Victory number one for Matty Primus.
What a champion he is. He's 19 years of age.
And what a historic victory.
From there, Eddie! Oh, it's his field of dreams!
But some things are more important than winning. Some events are bigger even than football. Today's showdown is a coming together of two clubs who are sharing the pain. The loss of Phil Walsh has been felt across the country, but especially so in Adelaide. Phil had a deep connection with both the Port Adelaide Power and the Adelaide Crows. He was highly regarded, much loved, and now deeply, deeply missed. Today, the players, staff, and fans of both clubs remember a man who made a great contribution to the game and to so many lives. Two proud clubs come together to compete in the spirit of football. Showdown 39 is Phil's match.
It is a different showdown, there's no doubt about that, but once that ball is bounced, it will feel like so many of the others because there's so much to play for today. There always is when Port Adelaide plays against the Crows. Wingard's had 5 Brownlow votes in his last 3 matches against the Crows, and Dangerfield's had 7 in his last 7. His last 2 weeks have been spectacular with 32 and 36. We expect both of those players to be keys today. Rory Sloane joins Lee Matthews and myself for showdown number 39. You must be frustrated, I know. It's the big match, and this is something different again, Rory.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks have certainly been hard to watch, I suppose, as a player and as a leader, because I mean you saw the emotions the guys went through after the game last week, and the immediate feeling is you just want to help those guys out any way you possibly can. So look, I've been pushing the doctors hard to try and let me play and run round again, because this is one game I certainly didn't want to miss, but have to be smart about it also, because it's second time I've done the same injury.
Well, just quickly on that, is there a chance you can come back a bit earlier than expected, and is there a chance you might wear a helmet?
Look, I'm exploring those options at the moment. I'm sort of doing anything I can. I even went in the other day and found a little face mask that the basketballers wear, but look, the medical advice I'm getting on that is they don't actually have too much protection for you. Still with a big impact, the same sort of injury might occur.
One of the things that hit me when the team walked off the field last week, that they were together, they were sharing a terrible, sort of tragic emotional state, but it's amazing how that brings a bond. They're all sharing the same emotion.
Yeah, it was certainly probably one of the hardest games I think I've ever been involved in, and I can't imagine how hard. Yeah, I went over and watched and wanted to support the boys as much as I could, because I knew it was going to be hard for them as well, but look, the club have been absolutely incredible. Been so proud to be involved in a football club. They actually flew over the guys' partners, parents, any family that wanted to come over and just help support the boys after the game. And look, that was a great moment after the game that we all shared, and I think it might have helped us take just one step forward to try and move on. Sorry.
And Port Adelaide were in a similar boat, and we saw their emotion after their win. I know the Indigenous players have got together. We've got Elder Park happening today and all of that. Let's talk about the game for a moment. Patrick Dangerfield's always a key. He can run and carry. He can play anywhere, basically. I mean, the role he might play today, Rory?
Yeah, look, expect him through the midfield again. He's been playing really solid footy for us through there at the moment, and just his power out of stoppages is, I mean, his ability to win the ball on the ground, to pull it out and then get up and run is just phenomenal, and it's why we love playing with him, and he's certainly going to be a key for us today, just to get us going in there, because last week you saw we got really touched up in stoppages against West Coast, who are a great stoppage team. Port Adelaide are the same. They're a very good stoppage team, so we need to get the ball in our forward half. He's
a very flexible player, and he can play sort of most positions. What aspect of his game do you think benefits the Crows the most, that you want to see that aspect today?
I think just his speed out of stoppages and his ability to take the game on and move forward. A lot of the times people do like to handball backwards and that sort of thing, but Danger actually grabs it and runs at the game, takes the game on, moving forward, and as I said, we need to get the ball forward.
Yeah, he'll be a huge part today. Both the teams shortly to come out. Rory's going to stay with us. Hamish Hartlett could also play a big role today.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a barometer for us. He's quite physical in most parts of his game.
He's one of our most damaging players.
Really break the lines and open up a game.
Runs through the ball, never scared of a contest.
Hartlett high. That is an incredible goal.
He adds that little bit of extra speed on the outside, that extra bit of ferocity at the ball, and just creates opportunities for other players to play well. He's one of those guys that when he's up and going, he can really change a game.
Hartlett to roll it through.
His biggest weapon is obviously his leg.
His kick's one of the best going around, so we like to get the ball in his hands.
And not only can he kick the ball a long way, but he kicks it very, very accurately. Often licking my lips when I see him coming running out of the middle or down the wing.
Hartlett can kick a long ball, sizes them up, nails a monster.
So live shots here. I've got to say, Rory Sloane sitting alongside Lee and I, just about jumping out of his chair. There's one place he'd love to be right now is there.
I'm getting a bit emotional almost. That's this place more than any I'd want to be right now.
What about Scott Camporetti? Just a line or two. What's he been like?
Oh, he's been incredible. I mean, as I said before, the whole footy club's been amazing, and Scott's obviously taken on a huge workload, and we might have to look after his 3 little kids for him, because they might miss Daddy a little bit over the next 8 weeks.
Riley Knight's a guy that's a bit new to all of us, but he made his debut and did pretty well last week.
Yeah, he kicked a couple of goals. He's probably one of our most improved players throughout the whole summer and the whole season so far. Look for his hard running today. He's absolute jet. He's got a huge engine. He'll run all day, and hopefully kick a couple of goals for us like he did last week.
It's a different day today. We know that both clubs will come together before the match. I mean,
it's good practice for the grand final, Rory, because they make you wait there so that you go out at a designated time. So clearly both teams have to wait to go out at the same time today. So that's why it's a different pre-game.
We're all about preparing for a grand final. So this is
And is this the arch enemy for you? Is this the team that you like the least in the AFL, Port Adelaide?
Probably not. I've got a huge amount of respect for Port, especially the way they've gone about it the last few years. And it does get pumped up, the rivalry that we have against it. But we do see these guys a lot and do spend a lot of time with guys like Boki and those sort of guys as well. So huge amount of respect for Port. But obviously when that ball bounces, it's game on, and it's going to be huge.
Where do you think Adelaide can get an edge today?
I think, as I said before, if we can really get on top of stoppages, I think Sammy Jacobs is going to be very important for us to give us first use in the midfield. And if we get that ball moving forward and can lock it in, that's what we did last time, but just couldn't quite put the score on the board.
We haven't seen it before, the shake of the hand. Your thoughts on the match?
There's just so much respect between both clubs at the moment, and fans as well. The whole of South Australia's really looked after each other. But now it's game time, and I'm expecting a fierce competition between both sides.